to me last night, what do you do? So I thought about it a lot in the last 24 hours, and I'm going to tell you what I do. In 2013, I persuaded 12 cabaret performers in about 2 hours all to get naked and pose for the first all-nude cabaret calendar. We did 5 calendars. Some of the shoots were more than one performer. I got a lot of London's cabaret scene to be naked for me. I think it's safe to say that I inspire my cabaret family, whether it be Ruby and Keith, whether it be Molly creating an Adaman act for me, whether it be Benjamin. I'd like to think I inspire him a little bit, but I think I do okay. So when somebody asks me that question, what do you do? I often say, oh, well, you know, just put on a few shows, it's fine. But actually, I think we do a little bit more, and I'm going to read you some numbers. With the glasses and false eyelashes. We have donated £33,500 to Macmillan. We have donated £31,500 to Cancer Research UK. We have donated £39,000 to St Joseph's Hospice. We have donated £12,500 to St John's Hospice. We have given a very small charity in North West England £1,000. They run free transport for people going to get cancer treatments, and we gave them £1,000. We gave £1,000 to a young girl who is just an inspiration to me. She created a charity when she was at school called Butterfly Giving, and Butterfly Giving make sunshine bags for her, what at the time was her teenage friends who were going into hospital to deal with cancer. We gave £3,000 to a company in Cornwall called Boost. Now Boost were inspired by Cabaret versus Cancer, and maybe a little bit by me, to create this breast form called Rose. And the £3,000 that we've given them will buy breast forms for women recovering from mastectomy at the Mermaid Centre in Cornwall. As of today, we have donated £121,500. I think I do okay.
Just a little bit. Amazing.
You're
amazing.
Many of you know why I created Cabaret versus Cancer, and if you don't, I'm not going to tell you tonight. I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel and watch our videos, because we made some amazing films this summer thanks to Jodie and his friends. And we created amazing films. They're on our YouTube channel. But so here's the thing. I'm 50 next week. And I've spent a lot of time this year thinking about time and aging and getting old. My parents were in their 60s when they died, my grandparents were in their 60s when they died, my dad's family all died in their 30s and 40s. So I am constantly dealing with my countdown demon, as I call it. And you know, there's been reports done, and anybody in here who works in a hospice, and I know that we have some of the guys here from St John's, you know, when you work with people who are in palliative care and who are going to die, not one single one of them says, I wish I'd gone to work more. Nobody said, I wish I'd paid that bill a day earlier. They say, I wish I'd spent time with my friends. I wish I'd spent more time with my family. I wish I'd spent more time doing things that make me truly happy. And this evening is a night that makes me truly happy. To see all of these amazing cabaret performers giving up their time, creating new acts, and all because of Cabaret versus Cancer. We've done amazing things, but I think there's much further we can go given time. So what I want you to do when you get home this evening, or when you get home tomorrow, if you're planning on going on somewhere afterwards, I know that Mr. B's organised some kind of bus to take you to the East End somewhere, is to take some time and to look at our website, to sign up to our social media feeds, and if you can, just to give us £3 a month as a direct debit, because the money you give us enables other people to have a little bit of a better time before the time is gone. So we enable children through our Stardust Fund at St John's to create one more happy memory. We heard about children who were able to go to a summer camp because we had the money and they didn't have to go through all the rigmarole. The money was there and we'd given it to them, and the social work team are amazing and just saying, yeah, you know what, that money is needed now, and they make it happen. So your money, I can tell you where every penny that you give me goes. Probably not tonight because I've had some gin. But I can vouch for every penny you give us, every pound you give us, every piece of spending that I have to do because of accountants or legal fees. But all the money you give us inevitably makes a difference to the time that somebody has left. The breast forms that Boost are making on our behalf, they're going to make somebody's life a little bit easier, because I've read stories, I've heard from women who, when they have a mastectomy, they feel like they've lost everything. And if we can supply them with a piece of silicone that really doesn't look as ugly as some of the other breast forms that are out there at the moment, how great is that? And you can make that happen. So when you leave this evening, give us everything. Dusty Limits and Sebastian will be giving away the things that are left from the tombola. You just have to give us a sensible amount of money. Abby and Karen are up there with the card machines, so if you hear or feel somebody a little bit close to you, perhaps they're just reading your iPhone, who knows? The amazing Lane is selling some of our David Bowie merchandise. We work really, really hard for every penny that you give us, and we want to make sure that we can keep giving this amazing amount of money, £121,500. That's incredible.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? Everybody in this room will have contributed to that £121,500. So you've all helped us actually make a difference to the life and time that somebody has left. So I'm going to do what I described as, to one of my colleagues, as probably the hardest thing I do all year round. All of my cabaret performers, all of my cast, all of my team, nobody gets paid for anything that they do. And once a year I say to them, do you want to dedicate anything that you've done in the annual roll call? And this is a list of people who have been affected by cancer. Some sadly we've lost. Some are in remission and doing amazing, and that is brilliant because we've helped. So this is the hardest thing that I do all year. I have my handkerchief and I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Every year for the last 5-6 years we've started this list off with my mum and dad, Betty and John Home, Chris Knott, Adam Darius, Michael Hicks, John Andrew Martin, Pamela Margaret Martin, Johnny Johnson, Patricia Cross, Mary McCarthy, Patrick Seaman, Brenda Gridley, Stephen Byrne, Bill Cunningham, Frank Chapman, Stuart Charles, Tom Walsh, Bob Clint, Sheila White, Emma Jane Jones, Karina Wan, John Morris, Chris Morris, Andrew Morris, Eileen Skinner, John Boy Martin, Anna LeCameras, Mike Grasmy, and the Cosmic Queen herself, Camille 2000. And that's all I'm going to say, because I get a bit weepy. I'm sure there's a few moist eyes in the room. Please give us all your money, help us make a difference to people, and we'll be back in February with our Bowie show. I'm so grateful to all of you, and you've really helped take my little vision of a naked calendar every year to a whole new level, and we genuinely are making a difference to people's lives, and yeah, we make a difference, and that's what counts in this life if you've only got a certain amount of time, doesn't it?